We're diving into mastering rich text box binding in WPF. 1. First, let's talk about the basics. Why use data binding with a rich text box? It's all about separating your presentation, the UI, from your data. This makes your code cleaner, easier to maintain, and more reusable. Instead of directly manipulating the rich text box content, you bind it to a data source, like a string property in your view model. Changes to the property automatically update the rich text box, and vice versa. 2. Next, we'll tackle the simplest binding scenario, binding to a plain string property. We'll show you how to create a string property in your view model, and then how to bind that property to the rich text box's text property using the binding markup extension in XML. Remember to set the text property of the rich text box to binding your string property. We'll demonstrate this with a simple example, showing how to display text from your view model in the rich text box. 3. Now, for something more advanced, handling rich text formatting. A plain string doesn't cut it for rich text. You need something that can store formatting information like bold, italic, and font changes. We'll introduce flow document as the solution. We'll show you how to create a flow document property in your view model and how to bind it to the rich text box's document property. This lets you store and manipulate rich text formatting within your view model. 4. Let's explore the complexities of two-way binding. This means changes in the rich text box automatically update the view model property and vice versa. This is crucial for allowing users to edit the rich text box and have those changes saved. We'll explain how to achieve two-way binding with the mode two-way attribute in your binding. We'll look at potential pitfalls and how to work around them. 5. Finally, we'll cover handling potential errors and edge cases. What happens if your binding fails? How do you handle exceptions gracefully? We'll discuss techniques for error handling, such as using data validation rules and exception handling in your view model. We'll also touch on performance optimization strategies for large, rich text box documents bound to potentially large data sets. We'll provide practical examples to illustrate each point, and you'll be able to download the code samples we've